Hey, how are you doing, Greater Team? It's nice to talk to you. It's been a little while. I wanted to come and make sure that each of you felt equipped because we had a change recently in how we're doing our schedule. I know many of us maybe aren't familiar with using Google Sheets as a scheduling tool. Now, here's a couple reasons that I just wanted to give you for the switch and why it's happening right now. One is that our long-term and amazing greeter assistant, greeter administrator, Rita, has retired. And so super thankful to her. And Rita had been doing this in a particular way for a very long time. And anytime you have a transition like this, it gives opportunity to kick the tires and to see if maybe you want to do something a little bit different. So what I wanted to mention is that I have a myriad of teams that live under front door ministries. We've got the ushers, we've got the coffee team, we've got greeters, we've got the welcome desk. I have some other teams as well. And I have almost all of my teams now using Google Sheets in order to do the schedule. And I feel like Google Sheets is a great way to be able to give people responsibility and understanding of exactly where they're going to be on the schedule, because you are actually the one who's doing the filling out of the schedule, which I think then it gives you that extra little bit of like it's like a reminder. Like I put my name on here. You can also go on and you can see where everyone else is signed up throughout the month. And I'll show you the spreadsheet a little bit here so that you can have that as just a little training, little tool to be able to see how this works. So both you will know exactly where you signed up because you put yourself in there, you type your name there. But also you can see throughout the month where are the different positions that are of need. Like maybe S2 doesn't have enough volunteers on week 3. And you might say, I've got some time and I could go ahead and put my name on there. It's just a helpful way to be able to see how the team is functioning in its entirety, as opposed to just you in one position. And so to this change both brings alignment to where all of my other teams are doing their scheduling, as well as it gives a little opportunity for ownership and ability to have a more broad team perspective for you as you're doing your schedule. The other thing is, like, it's very simple. It's very easy to have. It's not complicated once you learn. Now, it may feel a little bit complicated now because perhaps you haven't done that. And I just wanted to mention, like, if you're struggling with this, I just want you to know, like, we're not going to force you to do this. Like, you can still send us an email, and I'll explain who you're going to and we'll put you on the schedule. But I would love for, if you do know how to use this would be very helpful for our team if you were able to sign yourself. And if you can't, we'll either try to train you in person or we can manage that for you. So I just wanted to give that qualifier so that nobody feels like, oh, I don't know how to do this and it makes me nervous. We don't want anybody to be nervous. We just want this to be a helpful tool. So I'm going to share my screen for a moment so that you're able to see this new spreadsheet. It looks a little different than the one that I sent out last week. So I'm going to share this now. All right, so this is going to come in a link. All right, this is the greeter May schedule for 2024. Now, I put all of the different weeks that you could potentially greet on this front page so you don't have to mess with the tabs at the bottom. So you can see here, we've got week 1 greeters for 5-5. And then we've got all of the different shifts. You can see the 8:15 shift that starts in the 10 a.m. shift. And then you can scroll down a little bit, down maybe a couple tabs or a couple rows, sorry, using the wrong lingo here. A couple rows, and you can see, this looks very similar to what Rita would send out. And here are all the different positions, and you can just go ahead and slide your name here. Like, I'm going to put myself down for week 1 here. I can also put myself down for week 3. And you can see here, week 3, maybe I want to do S2. And this way you can plan out the month for greeting. And then everyone can see what everyone does. And so this is the one thing that I will just mention is be careful not to overwrite anyone's name. So if someone comes in, you would be able to write over this if you were accidentally put your name in the same field. So just make sure that you're careful when you come in, put it in an open slot. I get that it's going to happen occasionally, no gigantic deal, but as best you can, try not to do that. And you can scroll over, you can see, hey, here's week 4. If there's week 5, it would be further. So this is going to be the format that we're going to use. Now, just here, like, we're starting this out, we're trying something new, and so we do want feedback. And so if you're like, oh, maybe you could do it like this and it would make a little bit more sense, certainly open for feedback. Now, here's the second part of this. I'm gonna stop sharing this because you've seen it now. The second part of this is we have a new administrator. This is going to be Stephanie. Stephanie has been helping me do administration for my various teams for years now. She's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful volunteer. She's going to be very helpful. And what she's going to do is she's going to take where you put yourself on that schedule, and she's going to send that out back to everyone who's going to be serving on Friday. Okay, everybody on Friday is going to get the schedule for who is coming in that coming Sunday. So there will still be that reminder, like, oh yeah, that's right, I signed up some weeks ago. I forgot, but now I remember that I'm scheduled to be at door S2. So Stephanie will also be the one that if you're like, hey, I need some help. Would you be able to, just either teach me how to do this or slide me in here ongoing? Talk to Stephanie specifically, send her a message. Stephanie will be emailing everyone very shortly here after I make this video or finish the recording. She's going to send out an introduction. And in that, she's going to tell a little about herself and a little bit about how she's planning to come alongside of you. And then there's going to be this link for this May schedule. All right. So Stephanie is going to be the one who sends that out. And I would like for you to interact with her like you interacted with Rita, but just with a little difference in how we're doing scheduling on. All right. I also will just say, at some point in the near future, I would like to get the team back together. We can do this in person if we need to, and we just have a touch base because it's been a while since the greeters had some community time where we did a little training. So that's something that'll be on the horizon, probably in the summer. So thank you very much, team. I appreciate each of you. I appreciate what you do for creating that welcoming environment for all of our guests. Our church is growing. It continues to grow. And we regularly hear from our guests that their greeting experience is one that they feel comfortable, welcomed, and like they're noticed when they come in. And that's because of you. So again, just continue to do the great work that you've been doing. Use those gifts and abilities of hospitality, creating that warm, welcoming environment. And hopefully that this change is one that goes smoothly. And I personally, I'm so appreciative of what each of you brings to the table and for your grace as we enter into a new transition season scheduling. So thank you so much. Hope this was helpful. Again, let me know, let Stephanie know if you have any questions about this ongoing. Thanks so much.